Bright QT. Every student matters.
Hello everyone. So let's start with our next topic here, that is caste and politics. Now before the students, you have learnt about two social division. What was that? So one was gender division and the second one was communalism. That is based on religion, right? Now, when we talk about gender division, we see that influence of gender division in politics gives us some positive outcome. And how does it give us this positive outcome? That women are able to raise their voice against the inequalities that they have been facing. So this is a positive outcome. When we are talking about communalism, as in division based on religious differences. Now, does it have any positive outcome, students? No. We saw that the ugliest form of communalism can be in the form of communal rights. True? So we see that there is a negative outcome when we are talking about communalism. Here, students, we are going to talk about our third and last division, that is division on the basis of caste. And when we will learn about this influence of politics on caste or influence of caste in politics, we will understand that there is a mixed influence here. Mixed as in some positive outcomes are there, negative outcomes are also there. So we will understand it through examples or through some case scenarios. Okay. Now talking about caste system, students, are you aware of the caste system that is prevalent in our country? Definitely, you have learnt about caste system in ancient India. There is this mention of caste when we talked about or when we learnt about the Rig Veda, the Vedic period. After that, we see that there was a caste system that was prevalent in our ancient India. Now, when we are talking about the caste system, it was based on occupation, right? So there were group of people or communities and four main castes were there: Brahman, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Correct, students? Now, members of same caste were supposed to form a social community that practiced similar or same occupation and married within same caste. Definitely, today's society has also been divided based on these some major castes that we know of, such as the Brahman group, the Kshatriyas, right? The warriors and the kings when we are talking about the ancient period, right? Today we can call the Rajputs, right? Then Vaishyas, the merchants and landowners, people involved in business. They were third in rank. Fourth were the Shudras, the commoners, peasants, servants, right? People belonging to the low class here. They were known as Shudras. But when we are talking about the ancient time, or in fact in modern period as well, untouchability was also practiced in our country. So there was a group of people who were the untouchable group, right? Group of people who were the untouchable group. So this was the caste system that existed in our society based on occupation. People belonging to these communities, they were supposed to perform similar or same occupation. For example, when we are talking about the Brahman group, we see that the priests, academics, all these people, the teachers, they belong to this Brahman group, right? And they were supposed, when we talk about the Vedic period, so chanting, right? Writing hymns, reciting hymns. So these were the works of these Brahmins. So like this, what are we understanding through this? We understand that caste system was prevalent in our country during the ancient period. But what is the impact of caste in politics when we are talking about today's world, right? The modern world or the modern India that we are living in. So, again, untouchability that was practiced in our country. But after that, many changes have taken place to break the old norms. Like I told you, students, this existed in our country, let's say in our ancient India as well as modern times also, because untouchability was also practiced until our constitution was made that totally abolished untouchability, right? Now, here we see that some of the changes that is taking place, urbanization, as in people are settling down in different places, people are migrating from one place to another in search of good work and better living condition, occupational mobility, just in search of good occupation, right? And then caste hierarchy is also changing in this way. Okay, so these changes were happening and trying to break the old norms that were once established. Now, talking about casteism. Casteism is based on the belief that caste is the sole basis of social community. Now, these key terms are really important, students. Casteism is based on the belief that caste is the sole basis. Now, when we learnt about communalism, we saw that what is the sole basis there? Religion. When we are talking about casteism, as the name suggests, caste is the basis to divide the society. So, on the basis of caste, people are now distinguishing. Now, is the situation worse here when we are talking about caste politics? Let's see that. So, caste can take various forms in politics. One by one, we will understand it here. People of same caste in block for a candidate of the same or different caste. So, what are we seeing? In block here means at the same time. So, basically what is happening? We see that when people belonging to a particular community or caste, if they are voting at the same time, what they do? They vote for a candidate belonging to same or different caste, right? When there is a voting that is taking place at the same time. Now, in any constituency, now these terms are not new for you because you have also learned about constituencies, right? Division based basically the division that takes place in our country for the purpose of elections. Now, if they do not vote in block, they prefer a candidate of their own caste irrespective of the merits and demerits of candidates. Now, if they are all not voting at the same time, what do they prefer? They prefer a candidate who is belonging to the same caste of theirs, and also they are not taking much tension about the merits and demerits of that particular candidate in that constituency. So, this is how this caste is playing a big role in politics here. Now, parties in election, they also choose their candidates keeping in mind the caste composition. Again, students, when we learnt about communalism, we will try to compare here also so that you can understand it in a better way. So, in communalism, what did we see? These political leaders, they are mobilizing the support in the name of religion, supporting a particular group or a particular religious group that can be in majority, that can be in minority. Here likewise, what are we seeing in caste? Here we see that parties who are fighting in elections, they choose their candidates keeping in mind the caste composition. Let's say in any constituency, the population of particular caste X is in majority, right? So, people belonging to that caste is in majority in that particular constituency. So, the political parties, they try to choose the candidate belonging from that particular caste. Now, what is the reason behind it, student? Because they want to mobilize as much support as possible, right? So this is the way how caste plays a major role in politics. Apart from this, they also make appeals to caste sentiments to get support. Definitely. Now, people belonging to one caste, they are going to vote the candidates belonging to that particular caste. Is it correct or not, student? Now, this is how politics is working here. So, the political parties are also choosing the candidates from that particular caste, from which they can muster a lot of support. Also, if the caste candidate happens to belong to the same caste in majority in the constituency, it is presumed that he would be elected. Definitely. Now, when we are talking about a caste in majority, let's take the example again of X. X is the caste, the majority caste here, right? People belonging to this caste, they are in majority in any constituency. Now, if the caste candidate, he belongs to this particular X caste, so it is presumed, people will believe that he is going to win the election. And it is very obvious, right? Now what happens? If it does not win the election, then people will think that all the people belonging to this majority caste here, they did not vote him. He is not a popular candidate among them. So this is how the whole politics is working in caste. Political parties take care to give fair representation to various castes and tribes in Council of Ministers. Yes, students. Now, once the winning party forms the government, what happens after that? They form the Council of Ministers. Now, in Council of Ministers, they make sure that people from various castes and tribes, both caste and tribes, both, they get fair representation in Council of Ministers. Why? Because they do not want to hurt the sentiments of these particular caste from which they are getting enough support to win the election. Right? Now, particular parties are known to favor particular caste. Like in religion, we saw that now if any state is supporting any particular religion, right? So now what happens? The state is making sure that the religion is in domination there, right? The state or the public domination there. But here when we are talking about the castes, what are we seeing? That particular parties are known to favor these particular caste. Okay? Universal adult franchise and principle of one vote, one person compelled leaders to mobilize and secure political support. Definitely. Now, are you aware of the term universal adult franchise? It means right to vote. The idea of one vote, one person, it also compelled these leaders to mobilize and gather political support from people belonging to any particular caste. Now, having read this, let us consider some points here. No parliamentary constituency has clear majority of one single caste. Now, when we are talking about any constituency, students, right, in any district, if we are talking about a small constituency, what are we seeing here? We see that there is no clear majority of one single caste there. It means that one caste surely does not have any dominance in that particular region. Also, no party wins the votes of all the voters of a caste or community. Again, very obvious point here. It's not necessary that people belonging to a particular caste or community, they are going to vote the same person, right? Many political parties may put up candidates from same caste. Yes, again, we see here what is happening. Division of votes, right? So, political parties, that can be many. And they are putting their candidates belonging from the same caste. Now, people from that particular caste, what are they going to do, students? They have to vote one of them. So, the vote is getting divided from that particular caste. So, are you seeing how this politics is working here? So definitely the conclusion that we are going to draw from all these scenarios, we can say that caste is not the only factor in politics. Because we saw how all these points here, it justifies that it is not necessary that caste is going to have a major influence in politics. Because some of these points clearly shows that no particular party is getting the vote of only one single caste. And not all the voters from a particular caste are voting for the same party. Right? So the conclusion that we can draw here is that no particular constituency has a clear majority of one single caste. Definitely impossible to secure votes of all the voters of same caste, like I told you right now. Generally, many political parties put up candidates from same predominant caste. Definitely, we see that these political parties, they are getting their candidates from the predominant caste, same caste. So therefore, the vote is getting divided. Ruling party and incumbent MPs and MLAs, they frequently lose elections. Yes, students. Now, even though they belong to the population of this majority caste here, but it's not necessary that these MPs or the ruling party, they are going to win again in the election. They might not get voted the next time. So therefore, there is no surety that people belonging to a particular caste are going to vote again for that ruling party or those MPs. Right? So they have a fair chance of losing the election. So some ways we see that there is a positive impact. Some ways we can say that there is a negative impact of caste in politics. But here we are going to understand how politics is playing a major role in the caste. Right? So we will understand that after reading the conclusion here. Caste is only one of the important factors. Keep in mind, voters' attachment to political parties is stronger than their attachment to any particular caste or religion. Now here you have to keep this in mind. The attachment of voter to the political parties. Now they are attached to the political parties rather than any particular caste or religion. Depending on their economic background or economic benefit, voters from the same caste community vote differently. Definitely, students. Like I told you, all the voters from the same caste cannot or do not vote for same person. There can be variations in the votes here. So depending on their economic background and or economic benefit, they see which ruling party or the party that is contesting in elections, which one of them is going to favor them or how they are going to get the benefits here. So benefits and economic background, it plays a major role. So voters from the same caste community, they vote differently.